was sitting here thinking of making a I was sitting here thinking of making a video about Brazil's outlooks for the World Cup, France's outlooks for the World Cup, just a quick little recap of the international break and whatnot. And my day has been ruined. I just got here from work. Look at me, I'm still wearing a little office attire. I wake up this morning to see that Raphinha is hurt. And maybe like a minute ago, Barca confirmed that he'll be out for around 5 weeks. Because where do I even start? There's so many touch points. Let me start by saying that um I this Raphinha I would have this Raphinha injury feels like a kick to the balls, and I would much rather get kicked in the balls by each and every single one of you that's gonna watch this across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Genuinely, genuinely, because I have to sit here and endure a quarterfinals tie against Atletico de Madrid without Raphinha because he decided to go play in Boston. No, because he wanted to go pour his heart out with 15-meter sprints in Boston, Massachusetts. Well, in the same stadium or wherever that Tom Brady played in. In a friendly match against France that no one's gonna remember, that no one's gonna talk about. I have to sit here and watch my team chase the Champions League and finish off a La Liga title race because of a friendly played in Boston, Massachusetts. Look. There's a list of order of things, and the number one thing I'm gonna blame is this stupid, idiotic calendar that we have stood for as fans for the longest time, because in no other sport do we have these random pathetic international breaks, bro. Well, it's unserious, bro. The amount of times we have to miss out on quality players closing out the season in the most important time of the season, title deciding seasons. This segment from March till May, early June is the most important title deciding segment of the season, and the football gods decide to stick a international break just before it, for giggles, for laughs. Bro, the the inter the international break, the calendar structure of footy is the most idiotic thing I've ever seen. You start the season off every season, and you get caught up with things. The leagues start ramping up, and then 2 weeks in September, you're cut off for like 2 weeks. What's going on? Depending what time of year it is, I beg you, during an international break, try to explain to your people, your friends that don't really watch soccer, that try to keep up with it, what's going on. Well, in Europe, they're playing the Nations League, and it's based off of a coefficient based on the historical uh, rankings, based on how they've performed over the last couple of years. And then you've got the first division, you've got the second division, and then you guys play against other teams that you got grouped with. But it's not. This isn't the Euros, by the way. This is another trophy. It was meant to replace for international friendlies. That tournament is a glorified friendly tournament. That's what that is. But they try to depict it as something competitive for you, and that's, bro. It's an accumulation of things. Gavi's career is in jeopardy because I had to sit here and watch that man play in a Spain versus Georgia game, 90 plus minutes, in a game where Spain had nothing to play for. they were already qualified to. I don't know if it was the next round of the Euros or if it was the Nations League. I don't know. I live and die by this sport, and I don't even remember what that was for. That should tell you. That should tell you the state that this sport is in. Anyways, bro plays 90 minutes for something that Spain was already qualified for and guaranteed first slot, first place. Tore his knee, meniscus, everything affected. That's led to his subsequent injuries. And beyond that, we get into the seasons and we're like, okay, wow, interruption, 2 weeks. Some people are playing qualifiers, some people are playing friendlies, some people are traveling over to the Americas, some people are traveling to Asia. Okay, league comes back. We get Champions League, we get club soccer's back, we get Champions League, we get more league. October comes, boom. Another 2 weeks of boredom. Disengaged again. What's going on this weekend? Nothing. On a random Tuesday, Thursday, we're seeing the lovely games that are being set up that nobody watches during the workday. Come back again, November. Try to get a feel for things. Get going once again. Finally, you have some structure. We lead into this. Is there one in November? I'm pretty sure there's an international break in November. There is, isn't there? There's an international break in November. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken. I'm not thinking clearly. Point is, I'm complaining about the calendar. We get back, right? We don't get anything. We're like, boom. Champions League gets hot. Cup tournaments get hot. The league title races start to charge up. It's the most crucial moment of the season. Boom. Let's throw an international break. Let's send everyone to fly thousands of miles across the world just before the most important segment of the season. That should be lovely. That should be great. In one portion, we're going to have the World Cup playoffs going on. In another portion, we're going to have these friendlies going on in the U.S. and these other parts of the world. And it's going to be whipsy daisy, all lovely, joyful. Bro, who on earth thinks this is stupid, bro? And yes, you want me to provide a solution? I'll give it to you. Condense the club calendar. Zero interruptions, and allow the club season to go fluidly from what? You name it, September till April or May. Pick your poison. I don't know. Then you want to do your qualifiers, you want to do your Nations League, you want to do your international stuff, alternate between Copa Americas, Gold Cups, Euros, World Cup, alternate between the season that you want, and condense all the international soccer towards the end of the season that guarantee a month's rest for every single player before the next season begins. But don't sit here and hop around and add purposeless stress on players. For the love of God, I'm tired of seeing this, bruh. I'm tired of seeing this. We lose Gavi and possibly put his career in jeopardy. Raphinha's over here, probably one of, if not the most important player for us. How many times did Pedri get injured going in these stupid things, that going and playing a double up of the Euros and Olympics that led for us to miss out on basically 2 years of his career? What are we doing here, bruh? This is idiotic. And I'm sorry. Yes, I love the World Cup and I'm hyped for it and everything. But the sport that I fell in love with was the one that I watched week in and week out, and that's club football. And those are the people that pay the players' salaries. If he's going to get injured, let him get injured with me. If he's going to get injured, let him get injured at the club level, because we pay his salaries. The club pays his salaries, bruh. And let me tell you something. No one was ever going to remember this friendly against France. No one remembers who won the Nations League a couple tournaments ago. No one remembers who the last, name me the last 5 friendlies y'all's national teams played off the top of your head. You can't. I can name you my club team's last 5 games, but I genuinely, like, bro, these games are so pointless and so idiotic. It's structured so stupidly, bro. And I'm sick of it. And moving on, right? Because that's my main gripe. Putting in these stupid international breaks that just put people at risk, right? Even before the World Cup, from a spectacle standpoint, what if Raphinha had obliterated his hamstring and then he couldn't play the World Cup? Are we being? Is that's unserious, bro? Why are we putting the players under this stress right just before the World Cup? It's stupid from a spectacle standpoint. But the point is to go fish money from all these different uh friendlies and matchups across the globe. Just before the most important part of the season as well, mind you. And from another standpoint, Raphinha, why I just watched a clip of Raphinha doing like a 50-yard sprint on a ball that gets played on the opposite side of him, and he goes and presses relentlessly. I love you, Raphinha, from the bottom of my heart, and this is why I'm upset. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Hear me, Raphinha, but for the love of God, use like please. I know this is your game, pressing relentlessly, your work rate. But pick your moments, dog. Pick your moments. It's a friendly against France. Your spot is guaranteed for the national team. This isn't the spotlight. This right now is not the spotlight. You do that in the World Cup, okay, at the very least I can get that. But what are you doing? Especially knowing the recurring injuries that you've had and the style of play that you deploy and how heavy how much of a burden it is on your body. Why are you giving these efforts in a meaningless friendly? It's a friendly. You could possibly be at the forefront of a Ballon d'Or charge, being crowned the best player in the world, winning everything at club level, heading with all the momentum to the World Cup. Bro, this is unserious, bro. From a sporting standpoint, what does this mean for us? We're screwed. We're so screwed. I don't trust Rashford, dog. I don't trust. And look, shout out, bro, for the willingness to come here. And once I'm over this, I don't know. I'm just using this event. But once this is over, I'll probably be uh, adamant, a lot more supportive. But man, that just we miss out so much on what Rafinha can provide us. And Rashford has such a like he's so nonchalant on the pitch and doesn't have that aggressive attitude that Rafinha has, and the standard of work rate and press that is established when Rafinha plays is just too. It sets the tone for the entire team, and the drop off is so big when Rashford plays. I'm sorry, but it is. The next thing would be maybe throwing Fermin out left to seeing if he could do the Rafinha role because he has that same work rate. But Fermin and Dani Olmo have been iffy with their injuries as well, so we have to watch their minutes. But I think my personal immediate solution would be to play Fermin there because, especially given Cancelo has been starting a lot of the games off the left, Rafinha's been able to move centrally a whole lot more, and I think Fermin could operate under those same circumstances. And I think he has the same goal threat, but I think a combination of either Fermin and Olmo being fluid is gonna be our best bet and our best solution. But man, facing an Atleti side that we've saw how potent they are, how good they've been this season, and when we come back from the international break, we're gonna play them in the league in the span of 10 days. I think we play them 3 times, league and both uh and the home and away game in the Champions League quarterfinals. And I think Fermin's gonna have to be the guy to go out wide there to have that work rate presence and still have a bit of a goal threat there because you know I don't think Rashford's gonna be able to fill in those shoes, But look, and if Rashford shuts, I want Rashford to shut me up. I don't want to be right about this, but I'm being honest with y'all. I want to be so wrong about this. I do not want to be right about this at all. I would love nothing for all of y'all to come spam in the comments. You idiot! You didn't know what you were talking about. Trust Rashford. Look at the stupid look on your face. I want to be cheesing and smiling on a thumbnail saying I was wrong. But so far this season, it's what I've seen and it's what I feel. But I much love to the boys. I hope Raphinha can recover as quickly as possible. But man, this is a kick to the balls, man. This is like a paper cut in between your toes. Like this is the worst, bro. This is stepping on a Lego. This is bumping your pinky toe on the chair. This is I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Look, I'm leg tapping here, but I don't know what to do with myself. I like on the drive to work this morning, I was thinking about Raphinha. On my way back, I was thinking about Raphinha. I kept checking. I was like, have the results come out? People were saying the season was ended, but I'm unwell. I'm unwell. Rashford, if it's you, for the love of God, I ask of you to channel your inner Eto. The league game that you played against Atletico Madrid, those minutes that you came in, I just want you to run as much as physically, humanly possible. Also, another thing, whenever Flick substitutes these players off, I better not see any more players with that stupid look on their face, upset because they're getting subbed off, because clearly the workload is a lot. And if you're getting subbed off, it's for your own good, for load management. Allow the man to load manage, because if not, we end up with cases like this where we're short staffed and we're having players injured 24/7, and yet still you have the audacity to get mad when you get benched for some rest. Take your recovery as well as your. I'm defeated, bro. I'm feeling real defeated. Rafa, I love you. Please recover. We need you. We need you. I hope the team can pull through. We're gonna have to make do with what we got, but man, the depth on that side is real. It's real weak, and the drop off on the intensity of the press of this team is bad. Let me know what y'all make of this in the comments, and I don't know. That's that.